everybody, welcome back to my video. Hope everyone is doing lovely, because personally I'm doing lovely. Jesus is amazing in my life. So, are you guys ready to hear what I have to say? Because personally I am very ready to talk. So let's go. Hiya. The topic for this video is the little things. Yeah, so let's just start from the beginning. Hiya. So we all know God loves us. Yote najua. Na kama hujui, jua leo. God loves us. God loves you deeply. Yeah, his love is just unimaginable. Like we can't fathom is what I am saying. Yeah. So God loves us, and he speaks to us all the time. He does. If you don't know, he does. So the only way we can really get to hear God's voice, because sometimes you might think it's God's voice, alafu nafikiria ni sauti yako, and then you're like, guys, nitajua like God's voice and my own voice. Maybe I'm the one speaking to myself, or maybe it's actually God speaking to me. So we perfect our listening skills to God by reading the word, by praying, by worshiping, by fasting. If you don't fast, start fasting, please. Fasting is basically denying yourself something so that you can be more focused on God, like on reading the word, on praying, on seeking God, basically. Yeah, so now we perfect our listening skills by doing everything that God tells us to do in the Bible, which is read the Bible, fast, collection, okay. So when you perfect your listening skills, you are now able to know, manze, God aliniambia, and you're sure God aliniambia nifanye hii. So now, with you being able to hear what God says, like what God tells you on a day basis, let's talk about the small things. Yeah. In our day-to-day lives. In our day-to-day lives, we literally have a lot going on. Maybe in school, maybe on a job, maybe you are, maybe you're a mom, or maybe you're a house mom. Yeah, I think makes sense. Yeah, as in basically we're all busy is what I'm saying. Like unatuma vitu tunafanya, yeah. And sometimes you might hear maybe you're doing something, then God is telling you. Maybe you are arranging somewhere, and then obviously you have your music on, because Wakenya bwana, we normally work with music. So uko hapo unapanga nyumba, you are cleaning up here and there, and then you literally hear God tell you, start dancing. And we all know you don't know how to dance, but God anakwambia start dancing. Ama he tells you, how about buy a color book and start coloring? How about perfect the gift that I gave you, which maybe singing, maybe doing this and this. How about start drawing? How about you start calligraphing? These two gifts that God has given us. Mungu anakwambia mbona usifanye sahi? And then obviously our response is labda. First of all, maybe it's so childish that you're like, I know. No, I'm 40 years old, manze. How do I get a color book and start coloring? Like really, it makes sense. But you hear God telling you to do these things, you end up saying, badai ama manzizi, like that's no. Ama he tells you, how about you take a stroll or like window one the sky, window on the trees and God's creation in nini, and then we may decide to push it aside because we are thinking it's not that important. Yeah, but you see, the small things matter. There's two small things that God knows will bring you joy. God knows you. He literally created you. He knows what you're thinking. Because the Psalms in Asemanga that whether I go whether I hide myself in darkness, like God is there, you know, whether I hide myself, whether I go to the sea, whether whatever it is, God is there with you. He knows. Like, he knows what you're doing, he knows how you're feeling, he knows everything, in short, yeah. And he knows when you do this, it will make you happy. And the reason why I'm shooting this video is because the small things matter for our own mental health. Obviously, excuse me. Obviously, if you're following me on Insta, you know very well I have a highlight for mental health, and I honestly think mental health, like acknowledging it in your life and doing your best to make it healthy is very important. Yeah? And mental health without Jesus is work. Like you working on your mental health, you can't do it without Jesus, if I may say so. And honestly, I don't know how people do it without him, because personally, it just can't happen. Why? Because God is the one who gives us peace. This peace that he says, you can't get it anywhere else. And you having that peace, God says he will give you that peace, yeah? He also says that he will, he will, what? And it's Bible that in our Bible that we should have positive thoughts, that we should think of the things that are good. And then, like, literally, the Bible is our guide to living a good life, yeah? And you having those positive thoughts and you thinking clearly and thinking very well about yourself and knowing how to handle situations, basically your mental health will be okay. Yeah, like how you're thinking about depression, you're having suicidal thoughts, because God literally is keeping you sane. Like, he's keeping you happy through all the tough times, yeah. And when he says go for a walk, imagine just go for a walk. Like, akisema take a book and start coloring, whether you're 60 years old, just take the book and start coloring, because maybe we might not know it, but when you start coloring, you'll feel lighter, you know. You're just doing something that you love, or maybe you love bike riding, you like riding your bike, and you just feel like God telling you to go ride the bike, and then maybe you create the bike on a sunset, on a God's creation, and you'll just be marveled, and God will basically speak to you through all these two things. And I feel like when you do these two small things, you're basically distracting yourself from the world and all its troubles, and you're just there with God doing your own thing, and you're happy, and God is ministering to you, and by the time unamaliza, you are literally okay. You feel like, I had this situation, but I feel more lighter and more clear to handle it well, yeah. Kwanza, in that state, you will remind yourself, by the way, hata sikuomba, maybe ndo maana. Like, you know, like, there's just this thing that happens when you hear what God is saying and you just do it. You know, these small things. Imagine the small things matter. Dancing, ataka ujuku dance, manze, drawing, atakama unachora pa sticks, you know, but you feel happy. Like, God, you know, I think ata ndio maana Jesus anasemanga that you remember the way the disciples asked Jesus that how is of your children, you should be like children to go to heaven. I can't remember nitaka hapo. So the way children are ready to listen. Their imagination is wild. They're just humble, you know. So for us, since it's in the grown-ups, we feel like there's just, I have responsibilities, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to, you know. And when God says stop and listen, take your drawing book and start drawing. We should be like kids, okay? Like, kids listen, you know. Hatuna who are saying to, oh no, I have this thing, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do. You know, they'll just listen. And honestly, that is just important. You know, the small things matter. So this maybe Mungu alikuwa anakuambia uchukue coloring book and you color. The reason why I am insisting on this coloring book is because I just feel like coloring. I honestly feel like coloring. Niliambianga best yangu and she's like, Mercy, please just stop. I'm like yeah, but when time we need, the small things matter. God knows what will make you happy. And when he tells you to do something, just do it, because who knows, you'll feel lighter and you will just marvel about what God is doing in your life. Yeah. So thank you for watching my video. Do like, subscribe, share this video so that I can reach many people. Also follow me on Insta because follow me on Instagram because there are a lot of goodies over there. And also, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.